Hi. Drop the hammer.
Nope.
Months after the gruesome attack on Paul Pelosi, we're getting a closer look at the shocking incident.
Hey.
What is going on right now?
I'm not getting an answer on call.
Bro.
On October 28th, San Francisco police received a 911 call from Pelosi. He tells dispatch a man is waiting for his wife to return home. At the time, then Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi was out of town.
Oh, well, there's a gentleman here just waiting for my wife to come back. Nancy Pelosi.
2:23
He's just waiting for her to come back, but she's not going to be here for a day, so I guess we'll have to wait.
Court documents show the suspect, later identified as David DePape, woke Paul Pelosi up shortly after 2 a.m. He was holding a hammer and asked repeatedly, "Where's Nancy?" Surveillance video shows DePape breaking into the Pelosi home that morning. As he speaks to dispatch, Pelosi tells 911 there is an intruder inside. DePape says, quote, "Everything's good."
And what do you think?
18 seconds.
Think everything's good? He thinks everything's good. I've got a problem, but he thinks everything's good.
Trial attorney Katherine Lizardo tells Law&Crime Network Pelosi may have been trying to tip off dispatch in that call.
Mr. Pelosi was speaking almost in code instead of saying, "Help, help, help, there's an intruder here who has a hammer and might attack me." Maybe he sensed that already and just wanted to calm things down.
Pelosi later tells dispatch he does not know who the man inside his home is, saying he is not a friend.
Okay?
Okay, what's the gentleman's name?
I don't know. What's that?
My name's David.
The name is David.
Okay, and who is David?
25,
I don't know.
38
What's that?
seconds.
I'm a friend of theirs.
Yeah, he says he's a friend, but as I said, I've never.
But you don't know who he is?
25
No, ma'am.
48.
San Francisco police officers are later dispatched to Pelosi's home for a wellness call. Body camera footage shows Pelosi and suspect David DePape answer the door, both attempting to act casual while grasping a hammer.
How you doing?
How are you?
What's going on, man?
Everything's good.
And you can tell from the police's reaction as well that they did not know what to make out of it at first, because they're asking, "How are you? Is everything okay?" And you see Mr. Pelosi has this look like, I don't want to agitate this person because he seems mentally unstable.
Seconds later, police demand DePape drop the hammer. He refuses and eventually takes a swing at Pelosi.
Hi. Drop the hammer.
Nope. Hey.
What is going on right
I'm
now?
not getting an answer on call.
Bro.
The attacker says, everything's good, and then he got agitated when the police asked him to put the hammer down, and he said no, and that's when he just put all of his force on that hammer and hit Mr. Pelosi. It was brutal.
Grisly video then follows as officers rush into the home and attempt to take the hammer away from DePape.
Give me your hand. Give me your hand.
After that, a strange noise can be heard. Lizardo says it's likely DePape uses an insanity defense. He's pleaded not guilty to both state and federal charges in this case.
The first reaction I had when I saw him is he really looked mentally unstable. And likely that's why Pelosi did not want to agitate him, because he sensed that as well.
The body camera video and 911 call were made public on Friday after a judge ruled they be released. Prosecutors wanted to keep the evidence secret, but Lizardo says that argument is no longer valid.
The judge allowed this evidence to be released because he ruled that in the preliminary hearing, the prosecutors already introduced some of these evidence. That's why if the prosecutors wanted to keep that out, it's too late. The public has seen it. It's just not been released and given them a copy. So that argument is no longer applicable here.
As for Paul Pelosi, 3 months later, he's still in recovery. First responders say he was knocked unconscious in the attack and woke up in a pool of his own blood. He was hospitalized for 6 days after that for a skull fracture and other serious injuries in his arm and hand. Reporting for Law&Crime Network, I'm Gillespie.